East-West is a 1994 collection of short stories penned by Salman Rushdie, the British Indian novelist and essayist. In this anthology, Rushdie weaves together a tapestry of narratives that traverse the realms of Eastern and Western civilizations, exploring their dreams, dilemmas, and the shortcomings of globalization. Through his writing, Rushdie showcases a nuanced outlook on contemporary existence, tinged with both uncertainty and doubt. Divided into three sections, East, West, and East-West, the stories reflect Rushdie's own encounters in India and Britain, highlighting themes of displacement, poverty, and intolerance. These are portrayed as enduring challenges, rooted in the vast disparities of cultural and moral frameworks across nations and religions. Critically acclaimed for its diverse portrayal of individuals grappling with displacement, the anthology captures the emotional struggles of those seeking to establish a sense of belonging. In the opening section, East, Rushdie draws from his personal recollections of India before seeking refuge in the West. His outspoken critique of radical religious factions in India resulted in the issuance of several fatwas, putting his life in jeopardy. The inaugural story, Good Advice is Rarer Than Rubies, follows a young woman's visit to the British consulate in India, ostensibly to reunite with her husband in Britain. However, she deliberately sabotages the interview, revealing her preference to remain in India and preserve her freedom rather than succumb to an arranged marriage. In The Free Radio, Rushdie delves into government propaganda in India, which promotes sterilization as a means of population control. Meanwhile, The Prophet's Hair delves into the harrowing tale of a man driven to madness by his possession of a stolen lock of hair believed to be from the Prophet Muhammad. To restore his sanity, his family enlists the help of a thief to retrieve the sacred relic. The subsequent segment, titled West, predominantly unfolds within the confines of Britain, spanning from the 1400s to contemporary times. Its inaugural narrative, Yorick, offers a fictionalized rendition of Hamlet and Yorick, a prince and court jester whose destinies would inspire Shakespeare's famed play, Hamlet. At the Auction of the Ruby Slippers presents a poignant tableau of a high-profile auction, where instead of affluent bidders, impoverished masses gather in hopes of obtaining the ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz, yearning for the prospect of prosperity and joy that they believe the magical footwear holds. Concluding this section is Christopher Columbus and Queen Isabella of Spain consummate their relationship, Santa Fe, AD 1492, portraying Columbus's fervent appeal to Queen Isabella for funding his audacious voyage across the Atlantic, at a time when the Americas were dismissed as mere figments of imagination. The final segment, East-West, amalgamates themes and dilemmas from the preceding sections. In The Harmony of the Spheres, the narrative unveils the cross-cultural stigma surrounding mental illness as a man reflects on his friend's suicide, stemming from the alienating ordeal of schizophrenia. Chekhov in Sulu adopts a more political stance, tracing the exploits of two spies, operating under the aliases Hikaru Sulu and Pavel Chekhov, as they delve into radical Sikh organizations in Britain following Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. The Kurder is recounted by a teenage boy reminiscing about the Indian woman who once cared for him and his siblings. This tale particularly probes the cultural divide between East and West, illustrating how it is shaped and perceived through lived experiences rather than rigid delineations. East-West sheds light on the myriad challenges inherent in our conventional notions of distinct Eastern and Western spheres, while also underscoring their mutual reflection in values, norms, and shortcomings. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.